Hey, Coach Dave Bishop here for RTDB, Run the Damn Ball. Guys, I want to remind you today that we are changing gears a little bit. For the last few weeks, we've been talking about our multiple wing T offense, and I love to use the word multiple for this reason, and it is because we use so many different packages, and we don't block things the way the typical traditional Delaware teams do, as well as numbering and things like that. So our multiplicity and what we're able to do, to me, defines the word multiple wing T offense. Today we want to dive into our, now a little different, multiple audible wishbone offense. Why multiple audible? Well, because I can get to the line of scrimmage and I can tell the quarterback, hey, we want to run blast left. Well, for him, it's a set of reads that allows him to audible to the best position and hole numbering for us to be able to run the specific plays we want. Now, the difference is this. So if I call blast left in our wing T, I have one way of running it. If I call blast left in our wishbone, I have 7 ways of running it. Now, that's not 7 different plays. It's 7 different concepts, blocking schemes. Now, that sounds like a lot, but trust me, because when we talk about blocking schemes, we have base rules, we have hot rules, we have cold rules, we have trap rules. So that's pretty much the way we handle our blocking schemes. But what I want to do is I want to dive in right now, just give you some basics and talk about what makes our wishbone offense a little bit different than your grandfather's wishbone offense. So again, let's go ahead and talk about what makes this different. The first thing we want to talk about when talking what makes it different is the ability to audible at the line of scrimmage. If I call blast, if I call trap, if I call smash, if I call dive, every one of those plays has the ability to be audibled by the quarterback. I could go into the play and actually call the specific blast in the specific direction, or I can call the direction and let the quarterback be able to determine that, because we've taught him for an entire year how to make these audible calls. The other thing is our line splits. It starts with a base split. Our base splits are 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. That's right, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty big. I can go max splits, so I can really spread people out, which would be 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet. And then also flex split, which would take me a couple minutes to describe. But so we have 3 different ways of dealing with our line splits. And then the other piece that you need to know is that while our old granddaddy's wishbone is based in the option, this one is a piece of the offense, but it is not the main part. So it's important for you as a coach to recognize that what we're talking about here is option is something they have to, when I say they, I'm talking about the defense has to take into consideration, but it's not necessarily the play we're going to run the most. It's probably one of the ones that we're going to run mid-range or towards the bottom of our pecking order in terms of plays. So understand that it is a piece, it's a complementary piece to what we do, not necessarily a main part of what we do in our offense. The next thing that I want to do is I want to describe for you in diagram some of our plays. So like I said earlier, when we talk about blast, it's our ISO play. When we say 7 different ones, we have attack points that are men and holes. So a lot of schools and a lot of teams only attack holes. We attack men and holes. So that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, count them, 7 arrows to run blast. All right. If I want to call trap right, so if I want to say trap right, quarterback has a set of rules that he has reads for, and that allows him to make a call at the line of scrimmage. I can call the trap. I can say blank trap to the right, or just blank trap, and that'll tell him the direction and the play. Or I can tell the quarterback we're running trap right. Now, what do you notice here? There are 4 options that the quarterback has for trap. So again, multiple audible system there. I can also do dives, okay, and smashes, some other things. But what I want to do is just go through these plays right here. Dives are actually going to go into the holes, okay? So traps, if you notice, are at people. Dives are at the holes. Blasts can be either or. So if I want to dive to the right, I've got 4 options. Now, I'm not going to lie. The last one is kind of a cheat. It's a quick pitch, and it hits outside. So while it's not necessarily a dive per se, it is in our dive series. And one arrow that I did not put in would actually go to the backside. So this arrow that you see in the A gap to the right, I could also put one to the A gap to the left, because we could also run counter dive. So there's some more options there when we're talking about run and blast. Okay. What I need to tell you is this. We, over the next few weeks, are going to describe what makes it run. We're going to describe rules in terms of blocking rules. We're going to describe our quarterback reads and how he makes them and determines them at the line of scrimmage. And then we'll also tell you this. Secret number 1. Everything works in accordance with our numbering system, which is totally unique. That we will not give you. We'll give you everything else, but we're not going to give you that. Now, what does that mean? That means if you want to be straight with you, get in touch with Coach Christmas. We'll talk about the package, how it's put together. We'll give you some options to purchase the system. And I'm going to tell you it is a system. All right. So if you've not gone on YouTube, again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up our YouTube channel. As you can see, it is just spinning right here. You're going to see a lot of our Wishbone concepts on here. If you pull up, you can look up Jefferson Forest highlights. You can look up Wishbone. You can look up North Hall highlights from 2012 and 2013. You can look up Jefferson Forest Wishbone offensive cut-ups. So there is a lot for you to see in here, and what we want to do is give you all that we can possibly give you without spinning your heads, because to be honest with you, it is very intense in terms of an offensive system. It's very, very complicated at first, but once you figure out how it all fits together like a piece of a puzzle, you'll recognize that this is an intense offense. I know that in 2012 we scored over 500 points. In 2013 we scored almost 500 points. In 2015 and 2016 I think he scored 600 points and 500 plus points. So you have the ability to score a lot of points. You know, this spread concept thing, while it is neat, what I can tell you is this: great offense executed well with excellent athletes equals points. So, hey, until next week, remember, Wishbone, multiple audible, Wishbone offense. Hopefully Coach Christmas will be on here with me next week to describe some of the things that he wants to talk to you about, and we will go ahead and pick it up from there. So until then, RTDB, baby, run the damn ball.